Yeah, I think the argument could be there that if these forms are eternal, let's bracket this world, and let's go to the divine trans-prakritic Brahman, right? So it's called Saguna Brahman, Brahman with form. It just
Yeah,
means Brahman with form and quality, but not made of innate matter. Everything is pure consciousness. Now,
gotcha.
certainly the argument can be made that you just made, and I think it's a healthy argument. It's an argument that I promote because especially if you're going to say that all these forms are eternal. Well, if they're eternal, then how is it meaningful to say that one is supreme and emanates, and the others emanate from it because they're eternal? So none of them emanate. So I think an argument can be made. But probably what the Vaishnavas and Shaivites would say is that may be true, that these forms are eternal in the same way as the Atman is eternal, but one form is the ultimate, not the creator so much of the forms, but the ultimate sustainer. Just like the sun sustains the sunlight, even though the minute the sun came into being in the temporal sense, at that exact instant, light and sun and heat came into being. So they're co-temporal. Now here this is trans-temporal, so we can't use the same frame of reference, but in the same sort of way, this is a theological issue for theologians. Not most Vaishnavas and Shaivas don't get involved in this kind of scholastic issue. What they would say is that one form that okay, fine, granted they're all eternal, so it's not that one is really emanational, but they're sustained and supported by one causal, absolute, supreme form. But I think it's nice to do what to say what you said, and just at least certainly in my teaching, I just say, look, that divine being takes whatever form you want him or her to take, because there's feminine forms as well. The way I pitch it is because of your love, you that for you is supreme, because that supremely captures your heart, and therefore for you that is the supreme, in the same way as your child, even though theoretically all kids are the same, but in actuality you have this special love for your own child. And that's a better way of framing it, I think. Otherwise it gets silly, sectarian, and it gets scholastic, and then it gets boring very quickly.